Hello, my name's Lise. The Walking Dead has officially returned, Season 8, Episode 1, Mercy. And I gotta say, everyone, first off, congratulations for Walking Dead to making for 100 episodes. That's a phenomenal achievement. So happy for the show. Love the show. Season 8, I expected all-out war. But the title the title is what you expected. It's Mercy. Rick and a group of Rick, the Alexandrians, Maggie of the Hilltop, Ezekiel of the Kingdom. They have their moments at the beginning of this episode with a speech about how they already won this war, how they cannot wait for the future, and only one person has to die, and it's Negan. So they go to Negan's compound. They surround the entire place up. They attach metal fragments or metal pieces to protect their cars from bullet gunfire, and they go to Negan's compound. They shoot up Negan's place up. Negan comes out with all his lieutenants, with Gavin, with Simon, with Dwight, and some a different character who I did not know the name of, and Eugene as well. And Rick was saying to Negan, do you want me to count? Like how he was playing with Negan earlier. How Negan was playing with Rick earlier in the Season 1 episode premiere. So it was kind of fitting that Rick was returning to that point, and he said to Negan that all your lieutenants must surrender. No one else has to die. So this was an act of mercy. During this time, this show made a very clear thing that this ain't Rick's show no more. This ain't all about what Rick wants. This is all about what the group wants. It ain't all about him, and he realizes this. And the thing is though with Rick, he wants mercy. He wants his mercy to let mercy prevail over his wrath. He does not want his wrath. There's this point where he has Negan cornered with gunfire, but he has to retreat because it's not all about him. He cannot let his wrath and his affection get to him, and Gabriel reminds him of this. But before Rick goes, he takes a picture of Negan hide behind a dumpster, so that was pretty dang interesting. The thing is though, what I did not like about it, in a sense, I kind of did not want them to go the whole mercy route. I expected all out war. I expected them all to kill all Negan's people inside, throw grenades in there, and end them. But apparently that's not going to be the case because obviously we want Jeffrey Dean Morgan around a little bit more. And that's where I kind of see where The Walking Dead has slightly turned away. Back then when they had a clear line shot of the governor, they would have took it. If they had a clear line shot of anybody else, they would have taken the chance. And the fact that Negan was surviving when Rick was shooting at him kind of annoyed me, but what can you expect? It takes away a little bit of realism that I liked about The Walking Dead from previous seasons. But that's just my personal opinion. A lot of stuff also happened in this episode. Michonne and Rosita are recovering in Alexandria. Carl's watching over them. Carl has this moment with his father where he's mad about his father for a bit because Carl was talking to this homeless or this survivor who was just asking for Carl for food. Rick chased him off by shooting a gun not at his head but above his head. Carl's mad at him and he said, you gotta change that, in other words. In other words, you can't be like this all the time. And you get to have hope. And later Carl returns and he takes two cans of food and gives it to the guy who still watches from afar from the bushes with a side note that says sorry. So that's quite interesting. Also was quite interesting when Rick was talking to Negan and his lieutenants. Negan, first off, was making so many jokes. It was making a joke about how my penis and my dick is bigger than yours, Rick. Let's not play this who has a bigger dick challenge right here. I just love Negan for that. But also, one of Negan's lieutenants, Gavin, the one who's always kind of sympathetic in Season 7 towards Rick's group, he's like, okay, let's just have a timeout, trying to be a reasonable adult. And Negan just looks at him to the side, who asked you to speak, or what are you talking about? We're at war. And it's going to be very interesting to see where this character goes, Gavin, and who knows what Negan's going to do with him. What I also didn't like about this episode, we all knew Gregory was a piece of shit, and we all knew he was going to turn on Rick and the group, and it happened real quick. But the fact that Negan and Simon thought that Gregory had some type of push in the freaking Hilltop is not really anything special. I mean, he threatened to kick out their families, that you don't have a home. They stuck with Maggie. They're staying they're staying their ground. Gregory's not welcome at the Hilltop. When did they ever think that he was in charge? If Simon can manipulate this guy in charge, What makes you think you're gonna take over some people who are like the freaking bosses of this entire world? No, it ain't gonna work. So I found that kind of a little bit pointless. I also found Gabriel, Father Gabriel, when you think he's doing a great job, his humanity gets in his way. He tries to save Gregory. Gregory ditches his ass, takes Gabriel's car, and Gabriel is now stuck alone with Negan in a tiny little corner office. And it just goes right with Negan saying, "You have your shit pants on because you're gonna shit all over yourself." Oh, who knows what's gonna happen with all these characters? I did enjoy this episode. It's just a lot of it just did not like about certain ways, how they kept on saying, yeah, Rick ain't about you, and all that stuff, like, and they were just kept on mentioning this ain't about Rick, and I just really didn't like the fact that it's just like the realistic, it's just me, everybody, it's just, when I expect Rick to have a clear line shot at Negan, you take the shot. Don't hesitate. Like, for instance, I kind of didn't like Season 7 when Carl was trying to assassinate Negan. He had a clear line of shot at Negan. He didn't take it. I think he should stop talking, just shoot at him. It's just, like, the real, because previous seasons never had this one where they stall and let the bad guy talk for a second and then shoot at him later, or the guy hesitate in shooting him. All the time in The Walking Dead, Season 6, Season 5, Season 4, no hesitation. I mean, there was a little bit of hesitation at the beginning because, growing pains of changing into this new world and everything, and to basically survive the post-apocalyptic world, and trying to change your humanity of how you have to see things. You hesitate then at the beginning. I expected that. But later on, not so much when someone's threatening you. Remember when Rick was during in Season 5, when those freaking cannibalistic people, he's like, those people don't get to live. He immediately want to go after them again. He immediately want to go after them as soon as he escaped the area, because he didn't believe we had to finish them. There was no hesitation with this group. But in certain cases, now it's a little bit more hesitating, and it takes away from the realistic tone The Walking Dead had for, as realistic as you can for zombies in the post-apocalyptic world. It's just, there's this great deal of realisticness that I did enjoy for The Walking Dead, and now it's starting slightly going away in a sense. But that's my own personal opinion, everybody. Also, the most important thing about this entire thing was, to me, these flash forwards or dream sequences where Rick is seeing the future. His daughter Judith has grown up. He has a beard. He has a cane, Rick, and he's walking around. He didn't really care for his dang hairstyle in some cases. Michonne's there hugging with him, and apparently there's a future in Alexandria. Who knows what's happening, but overall I am greatly interested about what is this. Is this officially a flash forward? Is it a dream sequence? I don't know. Could you all let me know, everybody? I'm a big fan of Walking Dead. I just want to know, is this a dream sequence, or is this like a flash forward? I'm hoping this is a flash forward, but I'm wondering if they're going to keep us guessing who's going to die. But I don't think, in my personal opinion, a flash forward ain't necessary of who's going to die, because we all know there's going to be a war, people are going to die. They don't need to keep edging us on. But Walking Dead Season 8, solid beginning. Mercy, let mercy prevail over Rick Grimes' wrath. Let mercy prevail over mass murders or mass killings and all that stuff. Let this all-out war be a thing of mercy instead of a thing. And when there's mercy involved in war, let's show them mercy. No annihilation, none of that stuff. We are better than that. So I think that was the true point of this entire episode, that we have to have mercy and we have to retain our humanity in this post-apocalyptic world. So overall, everyone, that's my personal opinion of the 100th episode of The Walking Dead, Season 8, Episode 1, Mercy. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Subscribe if you like, comment down below, let me know, respect my opinion, I respect yours. Name's Lee, signing off for you to everybody. Bye-bye.